That might be what makes it keep
I
going.
went to a fun place with old George. We can go back there and buy some cars with his money.
All right. Sure, baby. Welcome back to Making Speed. No Alexander and Charles Cruz. We are fresh off the Barrett-Jackson trail. It could be a trail of tears for some and a trail of beers for others and a trail of bags of money for some other lucky people.
A lucky few.
A lucky few. It's kind of like gambling.
No, it is gambling. It's not like gambling. It is gambling.
It is gambling,
yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
But the amount of people that do it is fairly high every year. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And if you don't understand what we're saying, Barrett-Jackson is a no-reserve auction, so it can go a lot of different ways.
But I think that keeps the level of excitement really high.
Oh, yeah.
And the atmosphere is a lot of fun because of that. You know, if you go to other auctions where there's a reserve, you're sitting there, you're like, it probably won't sell. It might sell. But there, basically, if you raise your hand for that split second, you're the buyer, right?
Right.
You know it's selling.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting if you're a bidder.
It's great. They do bring out, I would say, the best cars and
they do.
The best people as well. So there's
especially on the custom side of things. You know, compared to some other auctions where they might get a lot of Hemi cars or, you know, really high-end restored numbers matching muscle cars. You know, Barrett's a little different. They had a couple of, well, they had one Riddler winner there, right? They had an AMBR winner there.
Yeah.
A lot of other, you know, high-profile custom vehicles.
Wayne Carini built that car, didn't he? Ha ha ha! That's a fucking joke.
No,
that's my joke.
Yeah, Andy's Model A was there.
Yeah.
Grade 8 contender. It's an awesome car. I was actually kind of shocked at what that car brought because in my mind, no offense to anybody else out there, but that's one of the best, or if not the best, Model A that's ever been built.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I love that car.
It should have won the Riddler in the first place.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to express our opinions on this show?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
It didn't. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, but it was our pick. We were there that year. We walked around and looked at all the cars.
We let him know. We let him know how he felt, which car we want. We said, this is the car that should win, guys.
We gave the judges a 20 and told them to make sure they voted for the right car.
And they chose another car.
They tore the 20 up in our face and laughed at us.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Their vision's so bad at this point, they thought it was a $2 bill.
Exactly.
So it's okay.
They remember when $2 bills came out.
It's an aging demographic. The judges there.
Yeah.
So
the award ceremony.
Wow.
The final countdown.
Yeah.
Music.
Oh yeah. If you've never been, you're missing out on an award ceremony that is interesting.
It's like going back in time.
Time travel.
But Barrett was good overall.
Yeah.
I think every year it gets a little bigger, a little better. I think the numbers are consistent, like with last year. I don't think there was a big decline like some people thought there was going to be.
No, this year was the highest grossing year in 49 years.
I could see that.
Of Barrett-Jackson.
Yeah.
Highest grossing. Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
you can feel it.
I mean, you and I even had to talk about, hey, this is, we're in an election year now.
Yeah.
Are the numbers going to be good? Who knows?
Who knows?
But I mean,
are we gonna attack Iran right before that? That was going down right before. I was like, that's not good. Let's not do that right now. Let's get through Barrett.
Right.
So we did.
But the stock market's strong. A lot of people have been making good money there for quite some time. They're ready to have fun. Obviously, there was like a lot of high dollar cars that were sold there.
Right.
What do you think that? I wonder what the cheapest car is that went through the sale. Do you know?
I don't know.
I think Dave sent me a picture of like a 46 Ford that went for $7,000.
I was going to say 6,000 or 7,000. Yeah.
And then the number one was that the Corvette that Hendrick bought.
There was a Corvette that sold charity. The number one Corvette, $3 million.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. So
I think that's number one though.
That is the number one car. So they did $141 million in sales, which is awesome for them because they make 10% on the sales side.
Here's an interesting thing to think about. $141 million?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many guys do you think are sitting in that audience that could write a check for every car there?
A lot.
A lot, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. But when you're walking around with all of them, they're out there rubbing shoulders with everybody else. They all love cars.
Oh, yeah.
all down to most of them that I've met are all down to earth guys.
Yeah.
They love it, but they could write a check for every car in the place.
Absolutely.
It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's pretty impressive atmosphere just to be in. A lot of
helicopters landing there, dropping people off, taking. I mean, whatever auction. I've never been to another auction where I've seen a helicopter land at the auction to drop people off.
Drop a bidder right in front of the stage, and then take them straight away.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
You shouldn't have bought that. We're going to get you out of here. Yeah, it's a pretty impressive atmosphere, and it just buzzes. A little slow start every morning. I think people go out and have a good time. And then, kind of about noon, it starts to ramp up. I mean, it's busy the whole time, don't get me wrong. But yeah, about noon, it starts to ramp up. And then at night, it's going crazy.
It is going crazy. There's been a lot of alcohol flowing by that time.
Mm-hmm.
People are having a good time.
With a bidder pass, you get 11 drinks per day. That's the ration drink, which does not include, don't worry, water.
Water doesn't count.
No, water doesn't count against that. They want to make sure you get all
you
get all your alcohol. And there's no free food, so they just want to make sure you get all your alcohol.
And the food's far away.
So the food is far away.
You can't eat to absorb the alcohol.
You cannot do that. So, but they've got a good sized 60-foot long bar, and they're giving out free drinks all day long.
So I have to ask, if there was one car that you could buy.
Oh, come on. You know what I'm going to choose.
All right, say it.
I don't know.
One car like that you would actually buy and drive around. Not a car that you'd buy and put in a collection, or a car that you'd buy to maybe change a little bit on a resale, but a car that you'd actually buy and drive around.
Well, it would be the Family Truckster.
Yes, that's my vote. I looked at that thing, and when it said honky lips on the quarter panel, I'm like, I would drive this thing around. This is so badass, and especially being in St. Louis, because they had the hubcaps missing on the car.
Oh yeah,
from the movie when they got stolen in St. Louis. I'm like, this is cool. It would be great to drive it down to the exact street where that happened in St. Louis and shoot a little video.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
Yell honky lips at people.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
I don't think I would do that, but could be a little
That's
dangerous.
what people can yell at us.
Right.
That car is. So there's a company in Florida that builds those.
Yeah. I didn't know about that.
Neither did I, but it seems like they build bandit cars.
Okay.
They've built a few of the Family Truckster.
Okay.
If you think you hate it now, wait till you drive it. Half the EPA mileage. I think twice the headlights, half the EPA mileage.
Half the EPA mileage.
Yeah.
That's right.
Twice the headlights. And they also build Dukes of Hazzard.
Of course.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I don't think is as lovable as the Family Truckster. What is? They did have the dog car from Dumb and Dumber, but it just doesn't really.
No.
I'm like, how do you wash it? It's covered in carpet. A lot of maintenance questions came up in my mind.
Yeah.
You own a carpet cleaning company. You turn the thing sideways. How do you get it really? I don't know.
And it's kind of weird. There's certain stigma around a van.
A dog van.
A dog van driving around. I think the wagon is much better.
That you would be everybody's friend.
Oh yeah.
Not that I need any more friends.
The question
3
becomes,
is plenty.
How many people would hate you if you did the dog leash hanging off the back of it when you were driving around?
I don't know. Some asshole.
I think you'd have.
Someone's going to get offended. But
yeah,
I guess that they hadn't seen the movie,
they wouldn't get it.
Oh my God, that happened to my dog.
Really? You fucked up then. You shouldn't have left your dog, just like the people in the movie.
That was great.
He kept up for a few hundred yards.
They even had Aunt Edna on the top of the van, or on top of the roof of the wagon.
Yeah.
All covered up in the tarp and everything.
I forgot that they put her up there.
Yeah. See, I think it'd be cool to leave her up there kind of loose, so if you made a hard right or a hard left, she'd fly off and land in an intersection.
So in the movie, they go to her apartment or a condo, whatever, to go visit her.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Right.
So they just take her.
Oh no, are you sure? I thought she died while they were going from Cousin Eddie's house to drop her off at her house. She died inside the car, and then so they didn't know what to do. They're like, well, let's just put her on the roof. And then everybody was a big argument because they didn't know what to do with her. So they put her on the roof, they strapped her down, covered her up. And then when they got to her apartment, remember, it was raining outside. So they set her on the back porch. They set her on the back porch so her son or somebody could find her or whatever.
I've seen Christmas Vacation a lot more.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I kind of want to now. I really want to go watch Family Vacation.
I think the one reason why I liked Vacation so much was when I was growing up too, is it was rated R, right? And it was funny because you just said William was talking to you about ratings on movies and stuff. So I was too young to watch a rated R movie. So I would always kind of sneak in as my parents. They'd watch that movie a bunch, because it was hilarious. So I would sneak in and try to get bits and pieces of it. Then when I got old enough where I could watch the whole thing, I just thought it was awesome. Partly probably because I could never watch it before. But yeah, it was a good movie.
It's pretty incredible. So the car, the last time they sold one, a couple of years ago, sold at Barrett-Jackson at West Palm Beach for $90,000.
Yeah.
This one though only sold for $28,000 with juice.
Right.
Which makes me really mad. I don't own it right now because
I would have gone in partners with you on that. We could have taken turns, like taking our kids to school.
I know we could have sold it for more money.
It could have been a lot of fun. I don't know if we would have sold it. We might have loved it. Just kept it.
I mean,
gone on vacations. Can you imagine actually taking it on a vacation? I could. I would do it.
Fuck. Break into a theme park.
Yes.
Kill a dog.
Bring John Candy back from the
dead. Put a dead person on a roof. So many things. What's that?
The possibilities are limitless.
Right.
I don't know about the dog leash behind it. I was asking you today if there was a dog leash behind it. There wasn't.
No.
I think they decided to draw the line.
No. I think I would take my
pick
dog.
Up the leash or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, that thing is amazing. Whoever bought that, there's no way they're going to sell it.
No. I think somebody has made Cousin Eddie's Winnebago too.
Yes.
I've seen those recreated.
That's
pretty easy to recreate that.
Yeah. What kind of what year is that Winnebago?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's late 60s, early 70s.
Hideous.
Very shitty.
Bullshitter.
I've always joked around. I've told my brother before that I was going to buy one of those and just park it in front of his house and leave it there.
The green fumes coming out of the bottom of it. Shitter's full. So, yeah, at Barrett, Paul Walker's collection ended up doing very well.
Oh, yeah.
So,
one of those cars brought $385. $385, okay.
Which was his lightweight. One of the lightweights that went through there. The other ones all did two something, mid twos.
And I'm not educated enough on those vehicles that sold to know the difference. Why the one brought more? I guess mileage maybe.
I think it had lower mileage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought they all had those big spoilers on the back, but the other ones, did not have them on there. So I'm not sure how those things are optioned out. They only made, they say, between 122 and 126 total.
Yeah.
And that might just be North American spec.
Could
so the interesting thing is the North American spec cars didn't really have, there was always debatable whether they had the real M motor in them or not. Like they didn't really have a motorsport engine in them. So now the European ones, now that's 25 years and older, so the 95s now you can bring in. Right. So that's the 3-liter European version. It's like actually a much better engine with individual throttle bodies.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see what the values on that kind of do. But that being said, that's not going to affect this collection. Paul Walker, obviously, notable celebrity and car enthusiast, and no longer with us. So his stuff did very well.
But I think in general, though, all the 80s and 90s cars are starting to really ramp up anyway. I mean, look at the pickup trucks we saw sell. Right. Those were a little bit older, but even up into the 80s, some of those trucks were really bringing big money at Barrett-Jackson.
I feel like that 385 number is actually, maybe it's a high number right now, but in a few years, it's not going to be a high number.
No.
Because there's only look at production numbers. What other cars that they built 126 of?
The Cobra R is the only one I can really think of that's kind of parallel with that a little bit, but
those are going up too.
Yeah,
so.
I have to go back and look at the results. I think there was another Cobra R that sold this year.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't know what it brought.
I didn't see one there, but yeah, I'd be interested to know because those keep going up and up, and there's very few of those out there.
There were a little over 100 of those built.
Super rare.
Right.
So
the other car that was weird to me was the Ferris Bueller car. Okay, not a real Ferrari.
Right.
Clone car, but brought over 300.
Is that build based on like a Corvette or something? I guess it's something
I don't know exactly, but I think they built 3 of those cars too for the movie. But I've never seen one of those replicas bring that kind of money before. They've been sold at other auctions in the past.
Yeah, especially when they've been racked, out the back.
Out the back, yeah.
Yeah, back of a garage.
I'd like to have that one.
Yeah, the racked one.
Yeah, the racked one would be the good one.
You just gotta drive it backwards to get the mileage off. Everybody knows that. But yeah, that car did very well. All the really cool Ford GTs. The first gen ones, they're all doing over 400,000.
Right.
So, which includes interesting colors and the Heritage, which always does well. I think the Heritage one did 440-ish. These are numbers with juice too.
Percentage wise, those out of any modern car, that's probably the highest grossing car percentage wise of anything you could have ever bought in recent history. I think as far as gains. Yeah. That car has gone up. What is it? 300% maybe.
How much were they when they were new? 150.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've done well. I feel like the McLaren F1 has gone gone up like something like 14 or 15 times the original value, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think they built also like about 100 road versions of that car, so they were pretty damn rare as well. And you never see those things pop up, but who knows?
I think the only no sale at that auction too was the Porsche 918.
Oh, was that
It had a reserve?
Did it?
And it did not meet reserve.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what the reserve is. It 600 or $1 million or?
I think it's kind of a discretionary thing on their part. Like if they, to me, it's got to be something over $1 million. I think it used to be years ago like 300 or 400,000, but now look at how many cars are going through it, 300 or 400,000. One of ours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The 55 Nomad.
Yep.
Did, which we were like, man, this thing could be. It's got a crazy color scheme going on. Right. Who knows what it's going to do? But multiple bidders on the car, which is good. As soon as it got up, there's a lot of fast bidding, which I think is important. When you watch
it had momentum. No doubt about it.
So bid up really quickly and sold for 300, 330 with juice.
Right.
Which is good for, a car that's a few years old.
Yep.
And is kind of a wild custom. I think it set an auction record, which I think for a 55 Nomad.
I'm sure it did.
So they had it on there as auction record. I'm not sure exactly what. It could have been for a green car with a gold roof also. It's
a station wagon in general, right?
A station wagon, yeah.
Station wagon ever
something finished in metallic P. No, that's the Family Truckster. I kid. So, no, it's a great, and hopefully goes to a good home where somebody drives it a lot and enjoys the heck out of it.
Well, I was happy to see one of our builds do that kind of money at Barrett-Jackson. I think it shows off really the quality that we produce, because people aren't going to pay up for that kind of quality.
Right.
Or they're not going to pay up for something that's less quality, than something like that. And the car's held up well, and I think it looks current still too.
Yeah, custom builds are a very personal thing, and usually you get people looking at them like, I don't know why you do that. I don't know why you do that. And that's certainly a car where you could, do that a lot on.
Right.
But the quality was top notch, and the parts were amazing. So, yeah, people obviously thought so. I was a little nervous going in there because
you just don't know. And there is times where there's a great car that just for whatever reason doesn't bring the money.
Nope. You don't know. It's a bit of a gamble. A 65 Lincoln Continental did 330, which is
because the convertible top actually worked.
We all know it costs $330,000 to rewire one of those cars and make it work properly. So,
yeah.
Obviously, the buyer knew that as well. He's like, man, I get a free wiring job and a car.
Well, the one thing we've established, I think, by going to all these auctions, it doesn't necessarily matter how much you've spent on a car, right? Whether even if you spent 500 or 600,000, that doesn't mean you're going to get 100,000 for it. Doesn't mean you're going to get 40,000 for it.
No.
You know, or the guys that have spent $50,000 on something kind of what they consider to be a normal car can all of a sudden sell for 150. So that's the other exciting factor of going to like a no reserve auction. Just you never know where these things are going to.
There's always crazy trends every year at Barrett, which you could not duplicate outside of that scene.
Yeah.
Anytime ever again.
Yeah.
I remember when the 21 window bus, like the first one I saw that went crazy,
cracked like 100,000, and then all of a sudden it got on their radar. They're like, whoa, a Volkswagen bus just went over 100 grand. You know.
I saw one. It was at the Orange County Barrett-Jackson when they had that for a brief second. It did 220.
Yeah.
And then.
Well, same thing with
everybody had to bring one.
Yeah, power wagons.
Yep.
You know, they started ramping up, and then last year when we were at Barrett, there was like 15 of them. It seemed like.
Right. The little boat car. What's the boat car?
Oh.
God, those things.
The amphibian.
The amphibian.
Yeah.
Those things. What are they called?
Amphicar.
Amphicar.
The amphibious car.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're called. Huh?
Nah.
Amphicar.
Something like that. Yeah.
But those also, yeah, there was a.
They went crazy for a second.
For a second, yeah. And
for
now
reason.
it's like 4-wheel drive,
yes.
C10s,
which
K5 Blazers, Broncos.
Right. And they've been going for a couple years.
Yeah.
This year
now they're really kind of.
Yeah.
I think next year they'll be well into the hundreds. You know, like low $100,000 range.
I mean, everybody wants one. I don't even know if they know why they want one.
Have they driven one?
I don't know. I don't think they.
The ones I sell for pretty decent money weren't really upgraded
a
whole lot, so they're still going to have the characteristics of an older 4-wheel drive pickup truck, and that's not so great.
Yeah. I don't think the ones we saw do the most money. None of them had anything crazy going on. Some were pretty well done, and there was a couple that were like really nice.
LS Swap was about the biggest thing I saw,
but not even like a LS3 or anything cool.
They're 5.3s and 6 liters. Yeah.
So I don't know, but they were bringing the money.
They were bringing the money.
The
no
money
doubt about it. Yeah.
So. Yep. And not low stuff.
No.
4x4.
All 4x4 stuff. Yeah. The Wagoneer was cool though. The Wagoneer with 8,000 original miles.
The nicest Wagoneer on the planet.
Yeah.
That thing was insane.
I swear some of that stuff on that thing looked nicer than new. Like that grill was like chrome plated. I don't know. Something was different with the grill.
I don't know.
But it was awesome. And
I don't know where
it brought 100, right?
Yeah.
100 even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where they found that thing, but it was incredible.
I pictured like some family in Colorado owning it, and just whenever they flew out there to go skiing, like they drove it around just for a couple days at a time. And
everything on it stayed like there was no surface. I mean, I don't know. Stuff ages funny just sitting.
Yeah.
But it looked like it had been sitting in like a bubble.
Right.
With like controlled humidity.
Yeah.
Like just a teeny bit, so stuff didn't dry out, but nothing rusted or not even like surface rust.
Yeah. $100,000.
I wanted to drive
That's a record.
thing.
I guarantee that's a record.
Oh yeah. It's got to be a record. Yeah. That car or truck was incredible.
Yeah. So
I thought it was going to do more. I could have done more.
Yeah, I thought it really would go up a little bit because it had momentum like the Nomad had when it was like it was clicking pretty good. But and I think Barrett takes their time long enough, on these when they're on the block.
Yeah.
They give it. What do you think it is? 2 to 3 minutes, probably.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a pretty good amount of time.
We'll stop and give it a little pep talk and keep it going.
Right.
Which sometimes makes it keep going, and sometimes
it's it. They get one more bid or no bids. So,
you never know. But that thing was absolutely. I don't know. That'd be one of my picks for a fun view. See, I drive the Truckster.
Yeah, the Wagoneer, you almost can't drive that.
Yeah, it doesn't have as many headlights as the Truckster either, so I can't say it would be like as
what
safe.
About the fuel mileage?
No, it's got twice the fuel mileage that Truckster has. Things not doing so hot.
Yeah.
If they get the grandma off the roof, though, I think they could probably. I mean, the amount of wind resistance with her
Right.
head up there.
I just cut her head off.
It's in the glove box. Wow, this is terrible.
It's hooked onto the dog chain out back.
A new red Ford GT sold for 1.4, almost.
Which was kind of interesting to me because I didn't know, or I was wondering how long were you supposed to wait before you could sell a Ford GT? I thought it was like, maybe it is 3 years, and it's 3 years is up now. Is that right?
Maybe.
But I knew there was a time period where
Yeah.
you could not resell the vehicle.
Where you had to be like a super fanboy, like you said you were when they gave it to you,
Right.
or when you bought it.
Right. Now John Cena, I think, sold his, and he
got in trouble.
got in a little bit of trouble. But he's a big boy; he could handle it. He went in there and just slapped him around, I guess.
Why would you? I wouldn't mess with that guy. I don't want to. I don't want to be wrestled by him.
No,
I don't want to be wrestled by anybody.
even if it is fake. If he
I don't want to
picks
be
you up
wrestled
and-
by Tim.
Even if wrestling is
Beard
fake, if that
tickles
dude-
you.
If he picks you
Fuck.
up and throws you on the ground, you're gonna hurt. That's not fake. Tim,
If you pick us up and throw us on the ground, it's gonna hurt. There you go. Warm up that elbow. You're gonna need it. Oh boy. What else? What else was crazy there? Yeah, I don't. It's interesting, like the exotic cars they bring through there, because I'm always like, God, these could go real bad. Like that Santa went through and sold for like $950 ish.
Yeah, I think which was kind of low for
I
that
thought
car.
so, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Like they always seem to bring pretty much
over $1 million.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and our buddy's '66 Vet, it's a blue Pro Touring Vet, did $440,
right.
which is crazy. So
That's
good.
another trend I think that's super strong, and
Still
it's gonna,
going
it's gonna
strong.
be there for a while.
Oh,
People
yeah.
love C1s and C2s, and the common problem that everybody says about those things is like, oh, they drive like crap. I don't like them. But then when you do a resto mod, conversion on one, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah,
They're awesome cars.
Yeah.
So
Especially-
I can see why people are buying them. They're paying up for them.
yeah.
And we see like the original or restored C1 and C2 market leveled off now, and that's because I think that generation of guys that can appreciate them and drove them in stock condition are kind of going away.
Yeah. Same with the muscle cars.
Yeah.
That's why the modified stuff seems to be doing well.
Doing
And
well. It's
obviously, a lot of buyers out there for muscle cars still, but we saw, at least as a trend at Barrett, the modified stuff bringing more than the
Yeah.
nice original stuff.
Now that auction is kind of known for having that crowd there
Mhm.
too. People that can appreciate those kind of builds. I think at Mecum, especially like Kissimmee and Indy, you've got a pretty good mix of a muscle car, original kind of crowd, and a custom crowd there.
Yeah.
So then those cars do bring a little bit more. The original or numbers matching type cars bring a little more at Mecum.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The custom stuff doesn't do that well at Mecum usually.
No, it doesn't.
I
No,
don't think there's a.
no, it's
this
kind of
is-
flip flopped around.
Barrett's definitely the place to do that at. So, again, one of the most exciting kind of crowd. We went to a few of the other auctions, and they were fine, but we kept gravitate back towards Barrett, because
Yeah.
I think that we're like, just go back over there. It's a
Well,
good time.
At the other auctions, whenever there's a reserve, they spend a lot more time on each car. They're trying to get
Right.
somebody to bid on it, to get it up to that reserve. And that kind of slows down the momentum.
Yeah, once you go to Barrett, I think you're hooked on that pace.
Yeah, you are.
They just keep going. They're doing 30 to 50 cars an hour,
Right.
which is, I think it was closer to 30,
Probably 30. Because, they're spending roughly 2 minutes a car.
but they're,
That's
they
double.
still,
Like 4 to 5 minutes, it seems like, at some of the reserve auctions. Which
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're standing there watching every car go through, it gets pretty boring.
yeah. And I like the setup of Barrett's too, because they haven't made it so it's like you can still interact,
Yeah.
in a lot of different ways, kind
Right.
of with the auction experience and with the cars. You can see the cars when they're coming in. You can walk up on stage,
Yeah.
with the bidder's pass.
Yep.
You can sit. There's the muscle lounge up in the very back where, they've got, I don't know what, massages and foot rubs and cocktails. I don't know what's food. Oxygen. Other than they've got all the
Vegas.
seats down. Yeah, no, it fills up, and they've got all the seats down in front. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a cool
Oh,
thing.
it is. It's a good setup there, and I think in the next maybe 3 to 4 years, I think that that auction's going to just grow tremendously. I really don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
I don't think so. I mean, they just had their highest year. Last year was the people were like, oh, there was some bad weather out there last year, which caused some of the auctions not to do as well as they normally do. And last year was a year of auctions. Like, well, looks like they're all declining.
Yeah, right. That's
so.
Well, and after Monterey too, like there was some pretty grim, results that came out from that, and everybody's like, oh, I think the collector car market's changing.
Yeah,
but apparently it's not.
No, and also when you're dealing with cars that are worth millions of dollars, like a 10
few cars not to sell can really affect the market during that auction week.
And 10 or 20% of a car's value is millions of dollars. Then it's like, oh no, the world's ending.
Yeah,
shouldn't have bought that for $15 million.
Yeah,
well, maybe not, or maybe you don't have to worry about for $15 million, and you should just drive it.
I just don't see anything that's going to be like a huge change, or that's going to cause a big change in that market for Barrett. I just don't see it.
Mm-mm.
And there's another thing that's kind of wild there is there's a lot of younger people walking around, and a lot of younger people buying cars there too.
Oh yeah,
compared to other auctions I've been to.
Oh yeah,
where it's more of a 50 to 75-year-old.
It is a mixed demographic crowd for sure.
Yeah,
people buying stuff from all over the world.
Right,
all ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And I like to see that because then it does make the future look pretty bright for what we're doing compared to some of the other auctions.
Scooter sales terrible at Barrett. Like,
they can't even rent them out there hardly.
There's no. Everybody seems to be walking around on. Right. They're all. I guess they all live out west, and
if you're like 70 years old and your wife is 20, which that's most of the people there. Yeah, you look kind of weird if you're riding in a scooter and your 20-year-old wife's walking next to you.
Unless she's straddling you in your lap, you're driving like this. But that's how you're gonna make the most friends out there. Well, maybe if you're eating a corn dog while you're doing all that, I think that's probably the ultimate combo.
Yeah,
we could probably think of more stuff, but we'll get kicked off the air by NBC.
We'll get kicked off the cloud.
The cloud. Kicked off the cloud. So, yeah, people are able. It's interesting because a lot of the car shows we've going to are like, man, people are getting old. What's going on?
Yeah.
No one's walking around.
Well, when their 20-year-old wives, too, remarry, after that guy dies, maybe they'll be out buying cars with their new, younger husband.
Be like,
that might be what makes it keep going.
I went to a fun place with old George. We can go back there and buy some cars with his money.
All right. Sure, baby. Been to a lot of Barrett-Jacksons with a lot of different billionaires.
Right. I mean, that could have she could have that cycle like 4 or 5 times, depending on how many old billionaires she married. Right?
Maybe you don't have to marry a billionaire the second time around if you've already done one. I mean, gone. You've already
blew the dust off one.
Right? You can marry for love.
I'm done blowing the dust off the billionaires.
Yeah.
I got my own damn money now. He died.
Yeah. I mean, I think that seems to be. That's what I'd do if I was a hot blonde. Shame on me once. Okay.
But it is fun. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of people that are there walking around. I mean, last year David Spade walked by.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that he was right where we were with the Model A. And then he went on Ellen and showed a video of us driving the Model A up to the auction block. And he was all, wearing a hat, sunglasses, trying to mix in with everybody. And there's a lot of those guys. I mean,
oh yeah,
Alice Cooper was there this year.
Yeah.
I don't know who was the football player that was there. Joe Montana.
John Elway.
John Elway, one of those old football players.
John Elway's Viper.
That's right.
I don't know how he fit in that thing.
I don't either.
That's probably why the miles were so low.
Probably. Had to leave the roof off it so he could get in. Pretty much.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, that's not a comfortable car to drive for a wee man like myself. Big John, it's a different deal. He does own all those car dealerships. So he's
our buddy Chris Jacobs was there doing his thing.
He was.
Chris Jacobs.
He's the only one left.
I know. Where'd everybody else go?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they're off doing mystery missions.
I guess so. But yeah, overall good show.
Yeah.
I came back with the flu, but it's gone now. And you can't get it through this microphone. But
No?
you can get it from this microphone if you come anywhere
I'm
near
not
it.
going to put that microphone near my mouth. Don't worry about
This
that.
thing's going to have to be heavily sanitized afterwards because
You got the influenza.
I've been fever-free for, I think I got it on Thursday night. We were trying to figure it out. Thursday night, and then Friday I was just dying.
I knew you were bad whenever we left the Airbnb, and you're like, man, can you drive?
I couldn't drive.
Man, you can't even drive.
I was falling
I was
asleep.
about ready to drive you to the ER.
I was falling asleep in the car. It was bad. Well, we wanted to get up early in the morning and get there early, so which we managed to do on Friday.
Right.
But then Saturday I was not doing good. So anyway, get your flu shot. My wife and kids, all 7 of them, God bless them, they get flu shots, and I don't get. I'm like, I don't need a flu shot.
Later this year.
Well, I was telling my wife that I thought until last year, I thought, if you got like a cold and like a fever,
right,
that was a cold. No, she's like, no, that's the flu, you idiot. I was like, oh, I just learned that a year ago.
Oh,
is that a sad thing?
No,
I thought the flu was
sad
like
at
a
all.
stomach bug. I thought I didn't know it was a respiratory illness. That's why I can't take care of myself. This is why Charles had to come out there with me.
I'm his handler.
Just to make. You want to drink some more Gatorade? You need to drink at least 7 more of those, or you're going to get dehydrated.
Eat that corn dog.
You're
It's not all in one bite.
Don't make me dangle it in your face. So anyway, it was a great. Except
Speaking
for the
of food at Barrett, the turkey legs were on point.
Did you have one?
No,
We had the turkey leg
taco, which I've never had a turkey leg taco. It was not a turkey leg and a tortilla. It was
like dried up turkey meat
Yeah.
in a taco shell.
Yeah,
The taco shell was moist.
the turkey was dry. Ugh.
I don't know how you dry it out, because I feel like they buy those in a vat
They
of
do.
like
and
brine.
They heat them up on a grill.
You buy them in a vat, like brined out, like 20% briny solution, which means like it's hard to overcook, but they managed to overcook the life out of those things.
Our customer Denny was out there, and that was like the first thing he did was went over and bought a turkey leg and ate it, because that's like his favorite thing to eat. Surprisingly, Denny.
Turkey leg.
Yeah, he was like, I used to take my
surprised me.
kids to Disney World, and every year I'd buy one. And then whenever I went to dinner with him and his wife when he was in town, his wife goes, yeah, for 8 years in a row, Denny ate all his turkey legs at Disney World. I go, okay, it was a true story that the man loves turkey legs.
The turkey leg. And then, so you've got, that's my favorite like carnival setup for food there, because
it's like the novelty of walking around with this big, like a caveman, you got this big piece. We were going to take him and
like
go
a
up on
giant
stage.
cigar and a turkey leg.
Yeah.
And then like 2 cups of beer in your scooter.
A hat with the beer, with your beer.
No good cost. I feel like it's missing. People post pictures.
Costumes, yeah.
I didn't see a whole lot of them. There's usually somebody in a crazy costume, and somebody posted one this.
All we had was Boss Hog this year.
Boss Hog rode up on stage.
Yeah, that was it. That's the only costume.
And then we saw him out of costume the next day, and I called him out.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, you missed me." Yeah, Boss Hog.
Yeah.
Put your freaking costume back on.
Yeah, you're not cool without the costume.
No, none of the kids believe in Boss Hog anymore because they saw him out of
They
character.
didn't even know who the hell he was anyway.
No. But Boss Hog rode up in a sweet Cadillac
It was cool.
with steer horns on the front.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I don't know, if you haven't been out to Scottsdale Barrett, I would suggest going.
It's on the list, right? It's like
Whether you're
SEMA, Barrett.
Yeah. Go for 2 days
Yeah.
and make those days Friday and Saturday.
Right.
And then go eat a turkey leg. Anyway, back to the best food setup at Barrett and any of those places is like the turkey leg, sausage, whatever, because they build these grills out of cinder blocks, and then they just load logs and and burn them all up and let them go, and on top they just cook these turkey legs, and they just kind of stay up there and smolder. There's no it kind of works
all while playing like shitty 80s hairband music. Not good songs either.
No.
Loud like you're at a carnival. You're looking for
mainly
some guy with a mullet.
Yeah, they
your
a
turkey
lot of
leg.
80s hair band music and Cotton Eye Joe.
Right.
That's how you get someone to come eat a big sausage. Isn't that right, Tim? Yeah, the sausages are like, I'm saying 14ers.
They're pretty good size.
Little
Yeah.
12 to 14ers and all day long. Even after they're all dehydrated, sitting up there just cooking over the flame all day long. They're still sizable.
Yeah, it seems like all the 20-year-olds that were married to the 80-year-olds were over there in line buying the 14-inch sausages.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but that's just where you saw them.
This is where they were just lined up.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't. Some of them, bunless.
Right.
Bunless, handless.
Right.
Those things were going down.
They don't like hanging from strings. You just came over and just kind of bit them off there and paid for them in line. It was weird.
Down the gullet. All right. On that note. All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, the Instagram, ClassicCarStudio.com.
Any other random sites you can find
Call
us
me on the phone.
Email us. Stop on by.
There's a lot.
Showroom's open.
The showroom's always open. Come check out Naked Spirits.
The distillery's open.
The distillery is here. Don't be a stranger. See ya.
See ya.